This is a nice warm winter scarf. It's going to look and feel great around your neck. For this project, we have chosen bamboo knitting needles. These needles are a 15 American or a 10 millimeter needle. They are easy on your hands and have beautiful points. For this scarf, we have chosen to use a 100% wool. First, we have to find the end of the wool. Dig into the center of the ball and locate the end and pull it straight out. Now we need 16 stitches for our scarf. We have figured out that it takes 1 inch per stitch. We have taken out 3 yards, so that will be enough for all of the stitches and a little bit left over. To create a cast-on loop, wind the yarn around your finger, pinch it where the strands overlap, then remove your finger. Grab the strand and pull this loop up, tightening the lower one into a slip knot. Place your needle through the loop and pull it tight onto the needle. To cast on, grab your wool, hold it tight at the bottom. Place your forefinger and thumb between the strands. Keep the strand attached to the ball against your forefinger and the loose strand against your thumb. Now we're going to start casting on. Go in from the bottom of the thumb, grab the wool from the forefinger, and bring the needle back through the same hole you went in. Remove your thumb from the yarn and bring it down against the strand, snugging the stitch up to the needle. We'll do that again. Go in from the bottom of the thumb, grab the wool from the forefinger, and bring the needle back through the same hole you went in. Remove your thumb from the yarn and pull the new stitch snugly into the needle using your thumb against the yarn. We are going to keep count of our stitches and we need 16, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we need 2 more stitches. Again, we'll set up our hands with the yarn. From the thumb to the forefinger, through your hole again, remove your thumb from the yarn and snug the new stitch onto the needle. And 1 more. Grab the yarn, back through the hole, remove your thumb, pull the stitch snug. Now we have 16 stitches on our needle and we can begin to knit. We wrap the yarn from the ball around our pinky, then over the back of our hand to our forefinger. Wrap the yarn around your forefinger once and again. Move your needle from your right hand to your left hand and hold it out. Slip the right needle into the back of the first loop. Loop your yarn from the back using the right needle. Hold it onto the needle with your finger and bring it through the original hole, then slide the stitch up and off. That completes 1 stitch. Again, in, around the back, through the hole, and off. In, around the back, through the hole, and off. Continue this way with all the stitches. In, around the back, through the hole, and off. We are near the end of the row now. Repeating our stitch, in, around the back, through the hole, and off. 2 stitches left to complete this row. In, around the back, through the hole, and off. Last stitch in this row, in, around the back, through the hole, and off. Now our first row is completed. Switch the right needle with the stitches to the left hand and the empty needle to the right hand. Begin the second row continuing in the same stitch. In, around the back, through the hole, and off. In, around the back, through the hole, and off. Again, in, around the back, through the hole, and off. Continue with the same stitch for the entire row. Again, we are near the end of our row. Knit the last few stitches to complete the second row. Turning the work, we can see the 2 rows and the growing length of our scarf. Continue this way, using up the first ball of yarn. We are now at the end of our ball and out of yarn. Time to add a new ball. We take the old strand and the new strand and overlap them with the new strand extending beyond the needle. We will knit the first stitch with both strands. Position your yarn and your needles to begin a new row. Knit into the first stitch, but pick up both strands in the back. Now you will need to let go the old strand and continue with the new strand only. Continue knitting in the same way, with a nice fluid motion to the end of the next row where we added the new ball. The last stitch in this row is made up of the 2 strands. Knit the strands together as one. Each of these rows is formed by 2 knit rows to create a garter stitch. Here we are at the finished length we want. The next step is to cast off the stitches for a finished edge. We will cast off the stitches on this row. Knit the first stitch as normal. Knit the second stitch as you normally would also. Using the left needle, lift the first stitch onto the right needle over the second stitch and off the needle. Knit the next stitch from the left needle. Repeat these actions for the entire row until there is only 1 stitch remaining on the right needle. You now have 1 stitch remaining and a clean finished edge. Measure and cut approximately 6 inches of yarn beyond the final stitch. This will be for sewing in the loose end. Remove the needle from the final stitch. Take the loose strand and put it through the loop of the final stitch and pull it tight. Now we have to weave our loose ends in. Thread the loose strand through the darning needle. Weave the darning needle through the top row almost to the end. Remove the darning needle and stretch the scarf hem back to size. This ensures the end is well woven in. Trim off the remaining piece of yarn. This finishes the end. Repeat the same action with the loose end at the beginning of the scarf. To weave in the strands where we added a ball, repeat the action, only weave the needle down the side hem. Remember to stretch the side hem after weaving the strand in. This ensures it is well woven in. Repeat this action for the second strand, only weave it in the opposite direction along the hem. Stretch the side hem and trim off the excess yarn. Now you have a beautiful scarf.